everyone, it's Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card with the Doily die from the Stamps of Life, and this die comes with a shadow layer and then the layering piece. And you can see how intricate this is and how there's very many holes on the inside, and it would be very difficult to put some glue in here or some tape. So what I'm going to do is I am going to die cut this on a piece of Blue Jay cardstock, and I am going to use my adhesive sheets, which is a double-sided sticker, and I'm going to put this on my cardstock and then run this through my die cut machine. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this piece. I've already cut it down to size, so I'll lay that on there, and then I will just trim off the rest so that I can save this adhesive. So I'm going to run that top layering piece on the Blue Jay, and then the shadow layer I'm going to layer on some cherry cardstock. So when that comes out of the die cut machine, I'm just going to get my poker tool and poke this cardstock out of that die. Look how gorgeous that is. And then all these little pieces I just will need to kind of just get those out of there. And you'll be able to see how pretty this is once those pieces are removed. So I removed a lot of the pieces, but some of the smaller ones I left in there. I'm hoping that they'll just come out once I take the adhesive backing off of this. So before I take that adhesive backing off, I'm just going to add some Blue Jay ink to the edges. And then we'll go ahead and remove that backing and we'll add it to our shadow layer. And look at that, all of those pieces came out. Look how intricate that is, it's gorgeous. So this can be used for a nice layering piece on any of your cards or scrapbook pages. It's so pretty. It almost reminds me of the snowflake folded die set, how intricate that one was. That little piece ended up staying in there, so we'll have to just poke that out. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous?
I'm going to be using the Tea4Two stamp set from the Stamps of Life, and I'm going to be stamping out the teapot, the teacup, as well as using the sentiment, "You warm my heart." I'm also going to be using the matching dies, and I'm going to die cut that heart strip, just like the stamp that you see there, as well as a couple of the heart dies. I stamped the images on Spectrum Noir Ultra Smooth cardstock, and I stamped it out with my Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I'm going to be doing the alcohol coloring with my Copic markers. And I'm just going to be using some yellows and some pinks to color up these images. So for the pinks, I'm using RV11, which is my lightest pink, RV13, which is my midtone, and RV14. And then for the yellows, I'll be using Y11, Y13, Y15, and Y17. So you can see there with the yellows, I'm trying to make this teapot a little bit round looking. So I put the darks on the edges on both sides, and so that would be the Y17 followed by the Y15, Y13 with the Y11 in the middle. So I think by doing it that way, it gives it a more round look, and I do the same thing on that teacup. I'll also be bringing in some blues that match the doily when I die cut the heart strip, and you'll see that in just a few minutes.
So next I'm taking this heart die that came with the tea dies, and I die cut it out of the Blue Jay cardstock. And these are just going to be little hearts that I'm going to put on my tea set for just some decoration. So here I'm just adding some Blue Jay ink, just to add a little bit of dimension and texture here to my hearts. And I don't know if I'm going to use all of these. I know I'm definitely going to use the string of hearts. I don't know if I'm going to use both of these little hearts. I know I'm going to use one, so we'll have to wait and see what I decide. So I know I'm going to put the string of hearts here on the large teapot, And this fits perfectly in the center. Isn't that pretty? It just adds an extra special touch for your teapot. And then we'll go ahead and put this small one because this larger one is a little too big. So we'll put the small heart on the smaller teapot or the teacup. Next I have a white stitch circle that I cut out of a stitch circle die, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment, "You warm my heart." I cut down a piece of pattern paper. This is from the Blessed paper pad, and it measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. That is going to go on an A2 size card base, and that is just a white card base that I'm using. So for my doily and this little circle that I cut out, that is going to layer right within the center of the doily. Now, if I had a stamp that was small enough to be stamped right in the middle, I could have done that, but I didn't find any. I'm sure I might have something, but nothing that I found right off the bat that I wanted to use. So I'm just going to make sure that this is centered. Anyway, that's just another option. You can just stamp a sentiment right in the middle if you wanted to do that. So here I'm just using a sentiment that I stamped onto a circle. Okay, and then this is going to go towards the top of my card. I'm going to have my T at the bottom. So let's go ahead and adhere the doily first. I want to go ahead and stamp out this little steam stamp. I'm going to use some Storm ink. And then there is a matching die in the set, and I'm going to go ahead and die cut that. And I'm going to add that to my card. So this, we'll add the little steam right above the teacup. Next, I'm going to hot glue this bow, which I tied from some lemonade ribbon. And I am just going to put some hot glue here on the back and add this to my card. And that completes my card. I just love how this turned out, and I love these colors. So this doily die, that can definitely be used with any card just to have a nice decoration there in the back. And it's so pretty. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.